Making China KVM. Tracing the rumor from engineer bias to the media absurdity. Recent days, many news and posts using a Chinese nano KVM to render the Chinese backdoor theory, causing panic among users, and even dismantling and verifying the nano KVM USB which have no internet connection at all. Let's take a look at how making nano KVM evolved from an engineer bias to a media absurdity. This is the recently terrifying news, but in fact, it is 10 months ago old news. Everything starts from this video. Yes, stereotypical Chinese backdoor theory cover. This video extensively discusses the security vulnerabilities of nano KVM, explaining any suspicious behaviors as backdoor behaviors, and rendering security issues triggered in specific situations such as being in a network hijacked by a middleman as vulnerabilities that can be controlled by any user. Due to the lengthy and seemingly detailed analysis of this video, ordinary users without knowledge backgrounds may fall into the author's preconceived biased conclusions, as same as 10 months later. This video was released on February 5th, and we quickly wrote an article on February 6th to explain and clarify each point, and within a week, we modified all harmless behaviors that may be considered backdoors in a more reasonable way. Although this video is biased, it still caters to his bias from a technical perspective, but as time goes on, the development of things becomes increasingly detached from technology, moving towards attention-grabbing and political confrontation. Things keep going. New article on February 10th. How I discovered a hidden microphone on a Chinese nano KVM. It is same stereotypical title of China's backdoor theory. However, in terms of technical expertise, this article is far inferior to the previous video. For example, he mentioned that the system used by nano KVM suspiciously deleted app and system, and added T-stump and aircrack. The author may not have imagined that his article would be widely reported as news after 10 months. On December 6, Wipro News published this outdated news, compiling various arguments that supported its viewpoint, including taking quotes out of context from a video that originally praised nano KVM to bolster its claims. Note the title, and documented microphone. In fact, this clarification had already been prominently displayed on the product's homepage for over half a year. YC Hacker News is the fastest reacting forum. Discussions about it began the same day, and a consensus was largely reached by the next day. This was clearly fake news reported by Wipro News, without verification, driven by a preconceived bias. Here, we thank the nano KVM community developers and users with technical backgrounds for speaking up and clarifying the facts about nano KVM on these platforms. Then, Reddit joined the discussion 2 days later on December 8th, sourcing its information from Tom's Hardware, which had reported on the topic a step behind. Although Tom's Hardware's report came a day late, they distilled WPN's lengthy article and sensationalized it by putting the most alarmist phrases. Chinese KVM and documented microphone communicated with China-based servers, right in the headline to grab attention. However, to their credit, upon realizing a day later that they had cited outdated information from 10 months prior, they promptly made minor updates to the article. Yet some media outlets were even slower, but still eager for clicks, so a day later, Gigazine jumped in with an even more sensational headline and an even more overtly suggestive image implying a microphone. Amid heightened tensions in Sino-Japanese relation, the media seized the opportunity to stoke the emotions of ordinary users lacking technical knowledge, thereby generating massive attention. Thus, a technical security discussion rooted in an engineer's bias was gradually transformed, driven by traffic and clickbait, into a sensationalized Chinese backdoor conspiracy story. Fortunately, at this moment, genuine tech bloggers proved more neutral and objective than those clickbait-driven media outlets, quickly stepping forward to provide clear explanations. For example, Jeff Gearing, NAS compares, they are honest and courageous. After analyzing the spread pattern of these media rumors, we'll now explain the facts about the MIC and nano KVM from a first-party perspective. First of all, the MIC and nano is not undocumented. It has always been documented in the wiki. From the very beginning, when we first created the wiki page, we clearly stated that nano is based on the Recurve Nano, and our V Nano's wiki page explicitly indicated the location of the mic. Later, in response to an article published on February 10 that questioned the absence of microphone documentation, we updated the wiki in April to explicitly state on the product's main page the reason for including an onboard microphone. RV Nano is an risk-free SOM, just like Raspberry Pi CMO, include all peripheral camera, LCD, touch panel speaker, and mic. And it is not only used in Nano KVM, but also used in AI camera MakeScan and many other customers' products. It is used in RoboMaster too. And why we did not remove the mic on the Nano KVM? Because IP KVM is inherently support bidirectional audio. If an attacker gains control of the KVM, they can already perform arbitrary high-privilege operations on PC, including recording audio using the PC's own microphone. Moreover, in most cases, the KVM is installed inside noisy server racks, where all it would capture is fan noise. Therefore, whether or not a mic remains on the KVM itself has minimal impact on security. From our perspective, the cost of the mic exceeds the additional cost incurred by increased SKU complexity in warehousing and inventory management. So we keep the Curve Nano as standard component in many products. This is the truth. There's no deliberate backdoor, no hidden microphone, just a production decision made after carefully weighing multiple factors. By the way, the reason this video uses a voiceover is precisely because our microphone's audio quality is so poor. Lol. Finally, we would like to remind users that rather than attempting to find absolutely secure or non-Chinese manufactured device, a quest often misled, as even competing products like Jetka and GL.iNet KVM are manufactured in Shenzhen, China. The most effective defense lies in learning and properly configuring network isolation and security measures. At last, we are Saipi Tech, we are maker, not hacker. We make cool things, not only KVMs, but also mini computer clusters, tiny and affordable USB 3 logic analyzer, and AI camera that enables creation of thermal fusion night vision devices, and also the first AI camera running VLM VLA directly on the edge. See you next time. Stay curious, dare to hypothesize, and carefully verify.